Emisión.net.
Hello again and welcome to Letter from England, broadcasting for AC Press and Evangelical Alliance. My name is Jonathan Dawson. Every now and again it's nice for us to have a slightly lighter topic to deal with. And this week we're looking at what I've called the Congress or Conference bandwagon. Now, call me cynical if you will, and perhaps all hacks have a little bit of that, but congresses and conferences are all the rage, and evangelicals are getting in on the act. They're all over the place, in fact. Plans are well underway for the 8th National Evangelical Congress in Spain, due to be held next year. This year sees the first Evangelical Congress of Andalusia, Spain's largest and southernmost region. Well, why so many conferences? Why so many congresses and meetings? After various consultations, usually a fairly broad and representative committee is formed to organise the conference. A spread of topics is considered. Speakers from various denominational backgrounds, to make sure that no at least important or significant grouping is left out, are invited to speak, and so on and so forth. And of course there has to be a motto. You couldn't possibly have one without that these days. The Congress of Andalusia, its motto is, "It's time." For what? Well, a congress, of course. Well, actually, the organisers said it's time to analyse the evangelical situation in a region. There's always a lot of that going on. To develop regional work, and to create a forum for discussion for church leaders across Andalusia. Well, all that sounds worthy enough as far as it goes. But I wonder how many conferences actually get beyond the discussion, the talking about developing work, the analysis of the evangelical situation in a particular region, without actually being able to go any further than that. Are the conferences worth all the time, effort and considerable money put into them? One does wonder if that money couldn't be better used in perhaps planting churches, in evangelistic projects of one sort or another, overseas mission, social action, and so on. The list is, of course, almost endless. And if the genuinely evangelical congresses are bad enough, look at the ecumenical ones. If there was as much unity as there are ecumenical gatherings, we surely would all be one happy family by now. Coming up at the end of next month is the 16th Espinar Ecumenical Conference, named after the location of the conference near Segovia in central Spain. This is organised by various members of evangelical, Catholic and Orthodox churches. And this year's motto, yes, they have one as well, is "God, in your grace, transform the world." Well, that's certainly a bold motto. The conference is organised by the Missionary Unity Institute, and talks at that one include educating for grace, everyone's responsibility, and economic justice, a world without poverty is possible. Representatives of the Anglican Church and the Assemblies of God will take part in the conference, and the Methodist pastor Alfredo Abad is to speak on making decisions by consensus. That seems a pretty good motto for conferences in general. Lowering things to the lowest common denominator so that we can get together, almost being prepared to pay any price as long as we can talk. Now, of course, talking, negotiating, discussing is a good thing to do, but is it really worth putting so much effort into organising conferences and congresses just to give us a good time? Of course, the organisers wouldn't see it like that, but I suspect there's a great danger in becoming almost a professional conference attender, of getting on the Congress circuit, of going round from one to the other, eating and drinking very well, getting involved in lots of backslapping, and generally enjoying oneself, but not actually being terribly productive for the kingdom of God. I was at the last Evangelical Congress, the National Evangelical Congress of Spain, in Madrid in 1997. The almost endless sessions consisted of lengthy applause and backslapping times, where the good and the great paraded before us on the platform and were thanked for all the things they do. And one of the keynote speakers who had to give a talk after one of these endless self-congratulatory sessions, he is in fact now the chairman of the Spanish Evangelical Alliance, got up and said this. He said, I've been preparing this talk for 20 months now. Probably after all that's gone on before, you're almost too tired perhaps to listen to it, but I'm not going to cut down what the Lord has given me to say. And he gave his talk. But I wonder how many were actually in a fit state really to take in the message. Whatever you think of conferences and those who organise them, you've got to admit they're enthusiastic. But there may be better things in the Christian world to spend our time and money on. Think on that the next time you're at a conference. Thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.
Emisión.net